The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is Friday the 12th of August 2022 and I'm here with you for the Bundoran Weekly Podcast, episode 198. It is the podcast that talks about everything Bundoran. A little bit later on, we're going to be joined by Mick Travers of Bundoran Historical Society and Val O'Kelly of Bundoran Historical Society and Bundoran Community Centre to talk about what is happening there for Heritage Week, which kicks off tomorrow, and they'll be running a special exhibition there over the next week or so we'll be talking to them a little bit more about that. And Teresa O'Neill, also from Bundoran Community Centre, will be in our community corner letting us know exactly what is happening there. Let us start, as always, in our entertainment guide, and plenty of music happening across town this weekend. You've got Tom Moran tonight at the Allingham from 10 until 12, and then Sinead McLaughlin there tomorrow night from 8:30 until 10:30. You've got then on Sunday Trevor Lockery from 8 till 10 and the Contractor from 9:30 until 11. That is on the 15th. We go back to tonight and to the ballroom at the Allingham. It's the social dancing with Dermot McConnell, Ali Harron and Marion Curry. Doors at 8, dancing 8:30 to 10:30, and there's €10 admission. Mike Denver is there tomorrow night and Sunday night. It is an evening show and it is the one and only legendary Conall Gallen. If you haven't seen a Colin Gallen show before, then do head along to see it, because he's a really, really, really funny guy, and it's a good comedy show, something different on a Sunday night, and that is happening at the Allingham this coming Sunday. So do check that out if you are into a bit of comedy. Vincey Walmsley tomorrow night at the Bird's Nest. Stuart Moyles doing a double session on Sunday. There's live music nightly, and don't forget Tuesdays the Northwest Country Showdown continues. Chasing Ball tonight, it is DJ Cozy. Tomorrow night, the fabulous Frank's True Tones there each and every Sunday night throughout the summer, and live music nightly. Thursdays continue at the Bank Bar each and every Thursday, and don't forget the Trad session each and every Sunday evening from 3 to 5 o'clock at George's Bar on the main street. They've also got music sprinkled throughout the week as well, so do take a check off their Facebook page for more information on that. The usual speed quizzing tonight at the Phoenix Tavern at East End. Monday night then is the open mic night with the Happy Wanderers House Band and live music right across the weekend as well. John Meehan is at the Railway Bar tomorrow night, 51 Main Street. It is Gary Doherty tonight, Kevin Francis tomorrow night, Jerry McGinley there Sunday night, and live music nightly there as well. Paris is open Thursday to Sunday nights, and don't forget each and every Thursday night is Tumbling Thursdays with the Tumbling Paddies. So there's live music right across the weekend at the Celtic Marine Bar, and live music nightly at Madden's Bridge Bar as well. So plenty to keep you entertained. discoverbundoran.com/events is where you can go to get an update and find that entire list indeed. That will be on our website at discoverbundoran.com/events. Eclipse Cinemas, if you fancy the cinema, well, Nope is the new movie. It is a horror movie, and it is the big one that is out this week. Missed It Monday is Downton Abbey, and if you didn't get a chance to see that when it was on its theatrical run a couple of months ago, then you get a chance to see it this coming Monday night at the Eclipse. Full schedule on our website, or indeed at eclipsecinemas.com, and a special screening, 2 special screenings from the 1987 movie Dirty Dancing is going to be on Saturday, tomorrow night, and next Thursday night at 8:15 p.m. So if you've never seen Dirty Dancing on the big screen, then that's probably one you're going to want to see if you're a fan of the movie. It is screening tomorrow night and on Thursday night at 8:15 p.m. at the Eclipse Cinema here in Bundoran. We remind you also that our historic walking tour continues. It's Thursday at 11 o'clock, 1 hour from the tourist office, free of charge, no booking required. An hour-long leisurely stroll around the town to find out about the various aspects of the town's history, from music to military to tourism and to railway, and lots more besides as well. So that's the historic walking tour, weekly at 11 o'clock. As I say, no booking necessary, free of charge, and just show up at the tourist office at 11 o'clock and we will look after you from from there. Sunday week, we're also looking forward to our RNLI and Emergency Services Open Day. It's happening Sunday week, the 21st of August. It is from 1 to 4 p.m. It is free of charge, and it is happening at the pier just beside the lifeboat station. And we'll have the lifeboat on display there. We'll also have other emergency services like the Gardaí, the National Ambulance Service, the Donegal Bay Community First Responders, and more. We'll have an RNLI pop-up shop. We'll have a barbecue. We'll have community stuff. All happening Sunday 21st, Sunday week, the 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. And as I say, it is free of charge. It's the RNLI and Emergency Services Open Day. And there are more details on the RNLI Bundoran Facebook page. So you can find all of the information there on that. And as I say, it's all on our website. It's discoverbundoran.com/events. Now, before we go any further, the Irish Podcast Awards are happening this coming September, so next month, and we have a chance for you to vote for us for the Bundoran Weekly podcast. The Listener's Choice category is now open, and that is open for voting until the 11th of September. It's the first ever Irish Podcast Awards, and you can vote for this little podcast that you're listening to right now, the Bundoran Weekly. So to vote, you need to log on to the irishpodcastawards.ie/vote. That's the irishpodcastawards.ie/vote, and search for Bundoran Weekly. Fill in your name and address. There's one vote per email address, and then click on the link that they send you in your email to confirm your vote. And it's that simple. And we want to say thanks for listening each and every week. We'll put those details in the show notes for the podcast this week as well. So you can just click into the show notes on whatever you're listening to. And you can do that vote for us, and that would be very much appreciated. Still to come on the Bundoran Weekly, with thanks to AIB.ie supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon. We'll be chatting to Mick Travers and Val O'Kelly from the Bundoran Historical Society about the events that are happening for National Heritage Week, which kicks off tomorrow. And we'll also be joined in our community corner by Teresa O'Neill, also from Bundoran Community Centre.
The Bundoran Weekly.
I'm Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is the Bundoran Weekly, episode 198. National Heritage Week gets underway tomorrow for the next week or so right around the country. Events happening at Bundoran Historical Society and Bundoran Community Centre. To tell you about those, I spoke with Mick Travers and Val O'Kelly, who are organising that, and we spoke during the week. So we are in the community centre, we are in the museum, which we'll come to in a few minutes' time. Val O'Kelly from the Maina Historical Society is with us, as is Mick Travers. And Bundoran is known for a lot of things historically, which we kind of plug the tourism, we plug the military, we plug the music and various other elements as well. But I guess something that it's not really well known for is its geology. Possibly within the geology community it is, but certainly not in the general community. And because Heritage Week is starting tomorrow, the Maina Historical Society have come up with a unique exhibition to do with the theme of Heritage Week. And Mick, you're going to tell us a little bit about that.
Geology Bundoran is a very interesting place. There are a lot of schools travelling from Northern Ireland to examine the local rocks here, as well as every couple of years there's a University of Liverpool come over, and then they spend a day here logging and mapping and studying the local rocks. Their shales were part of a larger formation, the Tyrone Formation, naturally enough. We've so many people from Tyrone, so we called it the Tyrone Formation. We sit on top of the Ballyshannon limestone. These are marine shales. They were deposited in a warm, shallow ocean, just like we have today. But this was 325 million years ago, when Ireland was just south of the equator. So we're doing a little exhibition here in the community centre. It's a little PowerPoint with presentation. It's explaining the geological history of the area and the setting, and it's also looking at more modern things like coastal erosion and also the effects of storms on the local environment here.
You mentioned that we get a lot of people, schools particularly, and educational groups coming to look at it. Is it what makes Bundoran so unique with that, or is it very unique to Bundoran, or is it just a good place to come because we've got a lot of different types of rocks?
We have the accommodation, so we can facilitate groups. The Bundoran Shale Formation is quite large. It's very extensive. It covers 6 counties, 2,000 square kilometres. But it's only at Bundoran that you'll probably see the full section throughout, maybe about can't remember what length it is, 600 feet, I think, of rock. It can go up to 2,000 in some areas, but in Bundoran you see nearly everything that there is, plus good for geologists who are able to map and log. You can see the rocks on the flat, and you can also see them in the cliff section, so you're seeing them both horizontally and vertically, and this is very good for geologists who are able to map and log things. And as you go up through things vertically, you can see things progressing through time, and this is a very useful exercise, especially for students.
So we'd be quite well known for it then?
Oh yeah, Bundoran Shale Formation is a very famous formation.
Very good.
Okay.
And if people, or like people who might just have a passing interest in it or whatever, it's easy enough to see all this stuff?
It's right there. There's an expression in geology that's called getting your eye in. So initially you're looking for stuff and you can't see anything, and then you see one, and then you just can't stop seeing the stuff. If half of Ireland is Carboniferous limestone, but if you want to see this very well in Bundoran, it's very accessible. It's there on the beach. You can see ancient corals, you can see ancient shells like brachiopods, you can see ancient creatures like crinoids that are related to, say, sea urchins or starfish. It's there to the public, it's free, it's fully accessible, and it's extremely interesting.
Very good. So tell me what the exhibition here at the community centre involves then.
It's going to be a sort of a brief, there'll be a PowerPoint describing the historical geology of the area and the rock types and the modern situation with coastal erosion and protections put in place for that. There'll be some maps, and there's some handouts on the geological history of the area, and I hope to be able to provide a few fossils as well, and with a bit of luck I might have a microscope and some thin sections for people to actually see into the rock and see what its main constituents are. Or 10, 12 to 2 I think on Saturdays. Oh yeah, there'll be somebody here. I think we're just, it's open during the week, but at the weekends there'll be somebody manning it for 10, 12 to 2 I think on Saturdays, on both Saturdays.
Perfect. So that's all part of Heritage Week, National Heritage Week, and it's starting tomorrow. The community centre is the place where this exhibition will be. Well,
the theme is biodiversity, so we're kind of shoehorning ancient biodiversity into a modern environment.
Nicely shoehorned. Well done. Well done. So also with us here at Bundoran Community Centre is Val O'Kelly from the Maina Historical Society. And if you're familiar with the podcast, you'll be familiar with Val's voice. She's been on with us a couple of times before, a pillar of the community and doing a lot of great work. But her heart is with the Historical Society, I guess. And Val, it's been a while since we've had you on to talk about the facility that we have here and the museum itself.
Yes, and thank you very much, Shane, for having us. And Shane, our little, can be called a community museum, Bundoran Community Museum. It is a joint project, actually, with the community centre, who own the building, and the Maina Historical Society. So now, we're open since 2018, opened by a local man, Commodore Declan O'Carroll, a native of the town.
Let's not demote him.
Yes, indeed, very much so. Job getting it right at times. But so we opened in 2018. Now, I suppose the biggest, it's a small, by any standards, it's a small museum, and all gone, and we have that plus some items from the train as we gathered them up at the time, Then Finner Camp very kindly loaned us some stuff that are still on loan from Finner Camp. Quite a lot of army stuff, old posters and stuff like that, recruitment.
And the uniform.
And the uniform, of course. And then we have a small little library. Now, the library is for just reading here, and it's historical books. Now, it's quite small. We have a first-class library in the town, of course, but these would be just historical books. People can come in and sit and read. And I suppose the biggest group of stuff we have is local photographs and old photographs of some of the buildings, some of them now gone completely. And when we get them in, we photocopy and give the original back to the person and frame them, and we have some lovely photographs of old places long gone, and we have quite a range of posters too, posters donated to us by Britain, again of some old buildings, some of them long gone, and we have a small china cabinet, and we now have it full of Bundoran china.
Oh, right.
And Bundoran pottery, believe it or not.
I had heard of this before.
Yes,
I think there was only, maybe in the last little while, there was only 1 or 2 pieces.
Oh, it is. Well, we have it fairly full now. And also people are bringing back old, there wouldn't be pottery or china, but there'd be old souvenirs of Bundoran, you know, present from Bundoran, you know. So it's quite
Tourist
an attraction,
stuff.
you know.
Yeah.
And what we'd be saying to people, if you have anything like that in your collection and would like to, same thing all the time, you know, that you know, to put on display. We like to change the display around a bit because people get a bit bored if they haven't, if they're looking at the same thing all the time, you know. That it be locals. As well as that, we have the drama club, or what was the drama club, highlighted an awful lot of old photographs they got of previous productions. Not all of them now, not all of them, but also cups that were awarded, you know, cups. So we have those, and we have offer of another cup now. We've been a bit unable to do things for the last 2 years, like everybody else. So we're now back gathering up stuff, and we have offer of another cup that was a drama for Bundoran Drama Society, and won by Lifford players, and we've an offer of that. We're going to arrange that maybe in September to get it presented back. They want to donate it to the museum, and we've other memorabilia, this recent history, but always very popular, and that is the memorabilia from the Astoria.
Oh yes, of course.
And the O'Connell family donated several pieces to us, and one of them is a book that every dance that was ever held in the Astoria, there is a record of the ticket.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
really?
yeah, it's a wonderful record
Fantastic.
to have, you know. So we have that as well, you know.
So a lot of nostalgia going on here for people that might have been here in their youth and now are a little bit older or whatever, or just new people to the town who want to find out a little bit about the history of the town.
Yes, that's the clientele, as it were, you know. And then on a wet day, of course, on a wet day, it's, you know, somewhere to go.
Yeah.
But to the local people, we'd be saying, they'll be listening to this too, come and visit. We are also up on Instagram, on the Bundoran Community Centre Instagram page, under Bundoran Museum, because last year when we couldn't do anything in vivo, is that the word, we had to do it in virtually.
Yes.
And Teresa did a very good thing, and it's up. But what we were saying to people, that'll only give you a taste.
Of course.
Come in, you know. And if you had any old pieces and bits and pieces, and we'll be getting our society up again in September now, and we have a few exciting projects, which we'll talk about another day, Shane, if you'll have us.
Great, absolutely.
About that.
Fantastic. And I suppose you're looking for artefacts, as you mentioned, but also old photographs, because they all seem to just come out of the woodwork every so often, don't they?
They do, but I'll tell you where they go. When they come out of the woodwork, if they don't come in, they can go to the skip.
Right.
And so we consider ourselves skip savers.
Right, very good, very good. So I suppose if people don't know where the museum is, it's in the community centre, which is here on the main street beside the Grand Central Hotel. It's the building with the yellow door that you can't miss, right in the centre of town, and it's open Monday to Friday.
And fully accessible from
the front.
Yes, the museum is fully accessible from the front door, yes.
So Val, you're always looking for members of the Historical Society as well. I know there's a good core group of you guys, but you'd be looking for newer people to come in and keep the society going. Yes,
absolutely. And not only the society, the community centre, let me tell you. We've got a very, very busy community centre, which we're glad about. And it's taken a few years to build, but, you know, we need all the help we can get. And we won't overload anyone, you know. We come and give a bit of what we call time-limited contribution. Just do a wee bit. We'd be very grateful.
And it is a very busy building as we record this. It's a hot, sunny day outside, and there's lots of people around. But Teresa has said that it's just been like a train station coming in here.
Exactly, to the museum. You wouldn't think that on a hot day, but that's.
Val and Mick, listen, thanks very much for joining me on the podcast this week to talk about Heritage Week and, of course, the museum here at Bundoran Community Centre, and exciting projects to come in the next couple of months, and we'll have you back on to chat about those.
Yeah. Thank you, Shane. Thank you very much, Shane.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Mick, Val, thanks for joining me, and we look forward to a successful week for you for National Heritage Week at Bundoran Community Centre. Let us head straight back there now, and in our community corner is Teresa.
Thanks, Shane. We have a new kids summer camp starting next week, Monday the 5th to Friday the 19th at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. If you would like to sign your child up, please email bundorancommunitycentre@gmail.com. €10 per child for the full week. Age range from 5 to 14 years. With our demand with the food cloud, we are now doing collections twice a week. Tuesday 2 p.m. to 3:30 and Friday 2 p.m. to 3:30. Due to the demand, this is only one collection per family. If you have no internet or low internet coverage, we have hot desks available. To inquire or book a tour, email info@coworkplusbundoran.ie or check out Bundoran Cowork Plus on Facebook and Instagram. The parent and toddler group meet in the Roki Suite of our centre every Friday 2 to 3:30. Parents, grandparents and guardians are all welcome. Did you know we sign people up for the Seniors Alert Scheme in the Bundoran Community Centre? The purpose of this scheme is to enable older people to continue to live in their own homes with confidence and peace of mind. Contact Teresa on 071 98 29675 for more information.
Teresa, thank you. We will talk to you again next week. That is going to do it for our Bundoran Weekly podcast. Don't forget you can contact us at podcast@bundoranweekly.com by email and find us on Facebook and Twitter @Bundoran Weekly. And you can follow us wherever you're listening right now, or indeed stream and download all episodes on demand at bundoranweekly.com. If you are in Bundoran and you're posting photographs and you're posting stories, do use the hashtag Discover Bundoran so that we can find them and we can repost them on the Discover Bundoran Instagram feed. And if you're using stories, then search for Bundoran in stories, and we've got some nice little giffies in there as well to brighten up your stories as you post from your holidays. So hopefully that you are having a good time and you're enjoying yourself here in Bundoran. That is going to do it. As I say, we will talk to you again next Friday. Have a great week. Have a safe one. Good luck.
The Bundoran Weekly is a production of Discover Bundoran.
The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.